Y'all, whether it's morning, evening, or afternoon, I'm just glad that you guys had decided to vibe with E. Yes, the one and only E. Hey y'all, hope y'all feeling amazing, doing amazing, and just being amazing overall. And if not, it's okay, it's alright, my friend, because you know why? Bad times don't last forever, because after every storm there is a rainbow. And trust me, my friend, you're getting closer and closer every day to that rainbow, that pot of gold, that light at the end of the tunnel, whichever one you prefer. Okay, trust me, it's going to all work out. Manifestation is real, prayers are real, just putting in the work also is also real. But I also want you guys to also rely on the bad times, because the bad times have motivated us to get to the good times. Don't let them setbacks define who you are, because them setbacks are going to help you within the setup that you want in life. Okay, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for the ones that are not new to this but true to this, hey y'all, what's up, what's poppin'? I hope you guys had enjoyed the summer, because as we wind down, summer is coming to an end. The kiddos are going back to school, or you guys are going back to school. Professors are going back into the classroom, teachers, staff, everyone's going back into the classroom, into the buildings, into the offices, and things like that. To all you guys out there that impacts with the school year, school boards, anything of that nature, we appreciate you so much over here at Vibing with E, as well as to the people that serve for the country as well. We wish you all nothing but the best, peace and blessings, and please be safe out here while you're doing everything that's to come, as well as when you step into these new beginnings of your life, no matter what it is, of it being a parent, a new career, whatever the case may be. I wish you guys nothing but the best, because you know it's not easy, but it's going to be easy once you master it, and you got this in the bag. Okay, so yes y'all, we are on the last Wednesday of the month, and if you're new here, the last Wednesdays of the month are dedicated to wellness one-on-one lessons, and those lessons are just an overall glimpse of the theme that we had for this month of August. As you guys know, if you don't know, August was building boldly, visions of minds, businesses, and wellness, because as you guys know, August was also family month, but also business owners month as well. So I tried to incorporate family as much as possible within these little vibes I had too, but y'all know how things go. So I really hope that August has been good to y'all, and if not, I hope and pray that September brings you nothing but peace and blessings that you deserve, as well as the happiness that you also deserve as well. So the wellness one-on-one lessons are lessons that just overall just help us within our wellness. The whole purpose behind Wellness 101s was when I went to Morgan State University, they had wellness days for the students. Wellness days for the students were days where they don't touch nothing, don't do nothing but focus on their well-being. And then the next day or so, they go back to class, or whatever they have to class, they feel refreshed. And that impacted me so much, because I was like, wow, I didn't see a university or hear that a university even did something like that. And when I found out that my university did that, I was just like, I have to incorporate this, and it helps me, and it's been helping people so much too. So shout out to all you guys that have been enjoying it, and for the ones that are new here, I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Okay y'all, so this vibe, of course, you know the wellness one-on-one lessons are vibes that always give off smooth sailing vibes. It gives off like a smoother, like southern type of vibe. I want to say it give off like so soft, it's so mellow. Like most of my vibes, I feel like y'all be coming off real aggressive and preaching about it, because this is what I'm passionate about, this is what I do, this is what I live for. But within the wellness one-on-one lessons, I try to give it to y'all real soft, because it's about wellness. And it's like, you know, when I think about my wellness, I think about meditation, I think about the smooth music, the mellows, like the raindrops, things like that. So when you hear my voice, y'all, within this one, it's going to be so smooth, because this is something that just smoothing and to help us relax. So wellness one-on-ones are always on the last Wednesday of the month, and these are just to give our mind some type of boost, as well as helping us to incorporate things that we probably didn't do within the previous month for the next month. So before we get into it, I'm gonna read some things off the newsletter, and then after that we're gonna go straight into the vibe. So of course we already did the, you know, bad times don't last forever, but I'm gonna read the whole thing for y'all, and we're gonna get into it. I hope you are I hope you're doing well and protecting your peace this week. Remember, bad times don't last forever. After every storm, there's a rainbow, and you're getting closer to your rainbow every single day. We're in the 4th and last week of August, and this month continues to be about building boldly visions of mind, business, and wellness. It's not just about dreaming big, it's about showing up for yourself and doing the work it takes to create something lasting. This week, I challenge you to pause and ask yourself, am I balancing my wellness with my work? Because the truth is, wellness isn't an option, it's essential. The glow up continues one bold step, one conversation and one vibe at a time. So guys, we do have a vibing out with guest session this Friday, and I'm so excited about that. Well, a vibing out with guest episode that I did the session with. I'm so excited about this. This one is also the last as we wrap up this powerful series about Black business owners take over. This guest opens up about the real, raw, and intersections of spirituality, creativity, and entrepreneurship. His story, yes y'all, it's a he. His story, his passion, and his transparency brings so much depth into the conversation. In this episode, we unpack the spiritual growth and staying grounded while building a brand. The insights and the creativity behind his work as a content creator, eye-catching moments that shaped his journey, the importance of faith, authentic and vision in business, lessons on identity, resentment, and legacy. This conversation is more than just words. It's inspiring blueprint for showing up boldly in both faith and business. And for you guys to stay up to date with everything that's going on, please follow the podcast page on Instagram at vibing.with.e. And if you guys want to be a guest, please feel free to click on the link tree. The link tree is on every platform that I had that you guys listen to me on. It's just in the bio part of when you find my name. And you'll see 2 forms that say Vibing Out with Guest Information form and Vibing Out with Guest Agreement form. And there's a calendar form that you place the date on there for when you have your session. We do in person and we do online. We do Zoom sessions. I have not had a Zoom session yet, and I'm super excited to try that soon. And yeah, so the quote of this week is, if you're in a season where things feel stuck or heavy, this conversation is a reminder that even closed doors lead to divine alignment. You're not behind, you're building you're being built. So stay connected, guys. Follow the podcast page on IG at vibing.with.e. Use Vibing with E, hashtag Vibing with E, to share your favorite moments and reflections. And until next vibe. Okay, so this week's vibe is the Vibing with E weekly vibe check, where meaningful conversations meet growth and real life conversations. So today's Wellness 101 lesson is going to be all about balancing business and sorry guys. Today's Wellness 101 lesson 18 is all about balancing business and mental health. Wellness isn't an option. This week's episode is all about redefining success, not just by the grind, but how well you take care of yourself while building your vision. I'm diving into the truth about work-life balance, self-care, and entrepreneurship, and why mental health has to be a part of the conversation when building boldly. So within everything we do, y'all, I have to keep saying over and over and over again, please incorporate mental health. Mental health is very crucial, is essential, is something that should not be an option. It's very important that we take pride as well as make sure that our well-being is taken care of, because within everything that we do and all these hats that we wear, we have to make sure that we're able to continue the day on. Like, even when we're doing stuff, even if it's home life, professional life, whatever the case may be, we have to make sure mentally we prepared, especially if we're serving people in our communities or whatever the case may be. We have to make sure that in order for us to show up for them and give them the services that they need for them to be better in life or whatever can help them within their life, we have to make sure that we are mentally there as well. Yes, we're physically there, but we also have to make sure that mentally we're here to help them, and that we know how to control our biases. At times the biases will take the best out of us. That's why it's important for us to get the mental help that we need, as well as practicing face expressions, talking to ourselves, having a mirror conversations, and so on and so on. So within this Wellness 101 lesson, we're going to unpack like how to balance business and your mental health, because wellness is not an option. It's not an option at all. You have to take care of yourself before you can do anything or love on anyone. You have to love and protect yourself at all costs before you can throw yourself out there to the wolves to try to save something or save somebody if you're not mentally, physically, wellness, emotional, spiritually, and financially there. But in this case, we mainly talk about the well-being as well as incorporating with the mental health in physical and emotional standpoint. Okay, and if you're new here again, I break down every vibe of the day as well as the Wellness Lessons 101 into definitions, the 5 W's, the quote of the day, and the thank you for tapping in note, and then we go on from there. These notes are from online as well as I incorporate my own, and then I reflect on everything. Okay, so without further ado, I want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy hearing my voice, or watch me on YouTube. Please turn me up on your PCs, your speakers, your car radios, however you're listening to me, because as always, every vibe of the day is something special, as well as the wellness lessons. Okay, okay, y'all, my camera. Remember, if you're not new here, y'all remember like when the camera would overheat and things like that nature, y'all, we got a fan for the camera, so fingers crossed that does not happen. And two, y'all, with the battery situation, we gotta buy a bigger battery, or the better battery, stronger holding portal, whatever. But we're gonna be okay. You know, we learn as we go within this content creating world. So yes, so let's get into it. Like I said, I always break down the vibe of the day as well as the wellness lessons of the day into the definition, so you guys can get a glimpse and understanding of what is the whole purpose of the vibe of the day or the wellness lesson. So balancing business and mental health is about prioritizing your well-being while pursuing your goals. Success means nothing if you're mental, emotional, and physical drained. This lesson teaches that wellness isn't essential to success, it's the foundation. So as I mentioned, y'all, it's very important, it's very crucial that within anything we do in life, when it comes to pursuing our goals or whatever we want to do in life that just wants to bring us happiness and joy and we want to see, we have to make sure that we're mentally here, and physically we are given the best that we have, as well as emotional. At times I always tell people too, you'll see it before you can feel it. Like sometimes they can see when they're not there within their appearance, the facial expressions and stuff, and then the mental comes in where it eats it up, as well as the emotions take the best of us. Trust me, I've been there. Sometimes I have my days and I learn how to deal with it. And I always tell people too, when you have those moments, please, you know, walk away, talk to yourself, have the mirror conversation, whatever you have to do, or seek to talk to someone or have a therapist, whatever the case may be, because your mental health matters, your wellness matters, your physical appearance, emotional, like your health matters. Health is wealth, period. And I'm really big on, we cannot serve anybody if we don't serve ourselves first. Because if we are big advocates for whatever we do within whatever profession that we serve, we have to make sure that we're giving our clients, customers, whatever the case may be, the A1 service and learning experiences. Like for professors, they have to make sure that they're mentally prepared to continue a new semester. Teachers have to be prepared to even teach for the new school year. The students have to make sure that they're even prepared to even come back to the schoolhouse or go to this university and things like that. And then the people that serve for the country have to be able to mentally prepare to take on things that's going on, etc. Like even parents have to be able to prepare for what's going on in their child's life or children's life. Guardians as well, like whatever the case may be, all of us have to make sure that we're mentally, physically, and emotionally stable, because in order for us to get to them goals that we've been manifesting and praying for, we have to make sure that we are putting in the work to make sure that we're doing it right. Like nothing looking sloppy and anything of that case may be. Of course, we're going to have hiccups. Hiccups are going to come within the road, but we have to make sure that we're able to handle those hiccups before it explodes. So it's very important that while you guys are balancing business life within your professional life, we also have to make sure that personal, that we have it all together. Because going back to the definition again, balancing business and mental health is about prioritizing your well-being while pursuing your goals. Like, we have to prioritize our personal biases, our personal well-being, things like that. So when it's time for us to pursue these goals that we have and dreams and aspirations, we have to make sure that we're here to the T so we can serve. Because success means nothing if you're mentally, emotionally, and physically drained. Like, it's nothing. If you're not ready to put on the task, if you're not ready to put in the work, if you're not looking like up to par, it's like you're not here. But sometimes I could say, sometimes working under pressure and stress works out. Take it from a person like me. When I always went through frustrations within my personal life, whatever the case may be, it made me go harder within my professional life. My professional life. It may sound crazy, y'all, but some of you guys may be like, I've been there and didn't even know it. Like, it's been times where my personal life things would crush me up or eat me up so bad that it would have me second guessing and questioning myself. But then I was like, you know what? I got all this energy and I got this project where I got this vision and stuff going on. Let me put all that frustrations into that and make it do what it do. And at times it goes phenomenal, but it's unhealthy too, because you don't want to feel like when you're upset and when you're not there mentally and stuff, that's when you have the good ideas. No, you want to make sure that even when you are having a good or bad day, you still can give it all you got. Because at times we do have them bad days and we be like, whoa, I didn't know I had this in me. Or vice versa within the good times, like, whoa, I didn't know I had this in me. So it's very important that we prioritize our wellness. Is a big thing. It's nothing like wellness is not an option at all. Within anything we do in life, you have to prioritize your well-being. Love on yourself before you can love on others, as well as taking control of what you do in your life for you within your goals, because it's not going to fall out of the sky. Like, sometimes we wish things to just fall. Like, I know I be wishing money just fall out of the sky, but it cannot happen. But nevertheless, y'all, it's very important that you please prioritize your well-being, because it's not an option, especially within this world, within business and your professional life, all your personal life, all that. You have to make sure that you're mentally, physically, emotionally there before you can serve or do a project or anything for who you want to serve and things of that nature. Okay, so I feel like I tapped into already with this question. And if you're new here, the who, those questions most of the time impacts everyone. But if I'm talking about a certain topic that impacts just women or men, then yeah. But in this case, who is impacted? Entrepreneurs, creators, professors, and anyone chasing a dream while struggling to maintain peace of mind. Anyone who's ever felt the pressure to hustle without taking care of themselves will feel seen in this conversation. So that word hustle, that's a big word that we love to hear every day. It's a word that we hold ourselves to a T to. Take it from me, guys, as a person that's going back to school. I just went back to school, working and had the podcast. Hustle, like that's my drive. It's so crazy. On my page, Instagram, it's like how they had for MySpace, like you would have a song on your page. That's what they gave. My song on the podcast page is Hustler's Ambition by 50 Cent. And the reason why is because within, he said some of those lyrics and stuff, and it packs with what I want to do. Like, you know, sometimes people want to design things to say they like, you know, so certain things we want in life, we gotta hustle for it. And within this case, for everyone out there that's in this business world or whatever profession things may be, hustle is a big word that we hear that we really don't deep dive into a lot. Like, yeah, we're hustling, we're putting in this work, but without taking care of ourselves, we're feeling the pressure. Oh, I gotta hustle regardless if I don't get no sleep, if I don't eat, with no days off. Because that's another thing I like to say, hustling and no days off. Those are the two things I would say all the time. Like, I'm saying all the time too, like, I'm hustling with no days off. But in order to make sure that I'm doing these things, like I'm hustling the right way and making sure I'm getting things done with no days off, I gotta mentally be prepared. And that no days off, sometimes, going back to the Fetty Wap song, No Days Off, that was another song that I have. I have a morning inspiration playlist, and that's, both of them songs are in there. And that song, it helped me out. Both of them did one thing so much. Like, that Go Hard, No Days Off, it's a real thing. But in order for you to go hard with no days off, you got to make sure that you're mentally, physically, and emotionally stable to do that. Like, when we say we hustlers, like, you hustling, but are you a real hustler if you know mentally and physically that you could get up in the morning to, you know, put these clothes on and sit at this desk, whatever the case may be, make these products and call these people. If you didn't, you know, some people pray, journal, touch grass, hug a tree, you know, go jogging, whatever. Are you really prepared to be in this hustler's ambition lifestyle? Are you really a part of these no days off scenarios? Like, are you really a hustler? Like, everyone could be a hustler. You know, we eat, sleep, the money, the grind, whatever. But mentally, are we here? Like, you know, we just say, yeah, I'm hustling, I'm hustling. But are you mentally prepared for the more and more hustle that you do? Because burnout is a real thing. And if you don't take care of yourself while you hustling and grinding for what you want, it's the like, yeah, you hustling, but you ain't really a hustler if you're not taking care of your well-being. And I know y'all probably like, what? That don't make sense. How I'm about to break it down for you. You know, sometimes they say real hustlers don't eat, don't sleep. Some, when you start out, you do that when you're hungry. But then when you realize, I have to prioritize my well-being. Yeah, I'm hustling, you know, for this and that. But if I'm not mentally stable, I'm going to lose my drive to hustle. If you're not mentally prepared, it's going to physically show too. You just coming anyway just to say, oh yeah, I got to keep going. You know, I got to keep going. It's okay to take mental breaks. It is okay, it's all right to have those wellness days. It's needed. Like, if you're your own boss, sometimes you gotta take control of what you can and cannot take, and that makes you a hustler. Regardless of, sometimes we have that motive, like I do too, no days off. Like, I gotta keep going, I gotta keep going. Also, going back to Wale have a song too, No Days Off. Like, he coming forth like he Ray Charles and things like that, he said in the song. But it's like, you gotta give yourself that grace. You gotta make sure that you're mentally and physically stable in order for you to get out here and to hustle hard for what you do. Like, going back to Ace Hood, he was like, you know, you gotta hustle hard because closed mouths don't get fed. Like, you know, when the things you want and the things you want to pursue, you have to make sure that you're mentally and physically and emotionally stable to get these things, to go for these things. Trust me, I know hustlers too that just be like, look, I'm gonna make sure I get some sleep or whatever, but it catch up to them, be like, they be like, dang, I really should have got some sleep at this time, but I'm going to take the time to love on me and give me some self-care routines or something, because it's needed. Hustlers need to have the time to rest. You know, like, even too, like, I was listening to Deja Love. It's just so funny, all the music I listen to, and it be like, she been on her grind no week, she ain't getting no sleep. I've been through those moments, and it drained me, and I still made things happen. But it's like, you see the pros and the cons. Like, the pro was I still made it happen, but the con was I didn't get no sleep, and that impacted my wellness. Because, you know, you got to get at least a good 8 hours of sleep if you want to do what you got to do. But sometimes it's like, it works for some and it don't work. That's why it's important to prioritize things that work for you. Not going to knock no hustlers out there that be like, look, I hustle, grind the sun up to sundown with or without no sleep. I applaud y'all. But I also want y'all to understand that you have to give yourself some grace. You need to take a break. You have to. Self-care is very important. Your wellness is not an option. It's not an option. Because you could burn yourself out and don't even know you burnt your own self out for just hustling so hard that you didn't give yourself that mental capacity that you needed. Like, having that conversation with yourself, having a good meal to eat, going, taking a nap, walking, jogging, touching grass, hugging a tree, whatever the case may be, going to the gym, whatever. Like, everyone's impacted, from the students to the professors, the parents, the children, the business owners, the entrepreneurs that's starting. Everyone's impacted within this, within our professional life and personal life. We have to make sure that we're prioritizing wellness, because without it, we're nothing. If we don't prioritize ourselves, we're nothing. And it's going to make us feel so angry. It's going to make us look like we're out of it, and then our mental is just going to be like, look, I gotta keep going. Yes, but you want to wake up to feel happy. It's nothing in this world that'll make you not want to get up in the morning and feel happy. Yes, I understand at times we wake up and it's not a happy time, but I always think of the saying, like, okay, I might have woke up upset, but I'm not going to end the day off upset. I might have woke up happy, and the day might have ended upsetting. But you know, you have to be able to flex, to have that flexibility to change it and do what's best for you. Because like I said, your mental health matters, and wellness is not an option, especially when you're pursuing and pushing yourself and driving and hustling for that goal and that ambition, whatever you want in life. Because no one's gonna do it if you don't put that work in. Whatever you serve and what you living for, what you passionate about, you have to do for you. Nobody's gonna do it. They're gonna push you, but it's like if we're gonna take it or not. You know, at times, like, people can push us all day long, and it's like if it's gonna help us. Like, some people have music that push them. Music pushes me all the time. Words of affirmation pushes me. Like, you know, whatever pushes you, do it. Even having those self-talks is very important, because no one will understand you better than you know yourself. Your body and everything, you know what's for you. You know what you can take, what you cannot take. And you know what you mentally can do and what you mentally can't. How your emotions are and what your emotions not. How you're physically feeling and how you physically look, that all impacts with what you can do. So it impacts everyone when it comes to balancing business and mental health, because your wellness is not an option. It's not at all. It's a priority, and it's recommended that you take care of yourself. No matter how big or small of what you do in your day-to-day life, have that time to love on you, just for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50 minutes. I don't care. An hour or two, a weekend, a week. Do it. It's needed. It's essential. It's crucial. You gotta do it. You have to. Before you can serve and plead to anyone, make sure you're mentally stable. You're there. Like, I'm here and I'm present and I feel present. Even though sometimes we may get lost in the sauce in the moment. But that's why you have to be able to reflect and rephrase and crash everything back up together. Trust me, I get it. I'm human. This is the whole purpose of learning from what I do, and from hopefully helping people too, and then giving y'all real live examples, raw and uncut. Because sometimes we look at things like, oh, I got it, just brush it off the shoulder. But it's like, how much can you take? Can I keep on waking up like, dang, I gotta keep hustling and I'm emotional? No. Something gotta change. And I'm trying, you know, something gotta change. Only you can do for you, my friend. And you got this. That also too, that bad times don't last forever. They don't. That's why it's important for you to put in all the work that you can do, my friend. Because no one can do it like you do. At all. No one could do you the way you know is for you. Nobody can do it like you. We all have different talents and aspirations and goals for a reason. That's what makes us different. And it's such a beautiful thing. And that's why it's very important that you keep that beautiful seed, keep growing. But you have to take care of that seed. Water that seed with so much of the wellness that it deserves. The mental capacity it deserves, the emotional stability, the physical loving appreciation that it needs. Surround yourself with people that are willing to help you. Surround yourself with things that you know is going to help you flourish in life. Surround you with things that you know is not going to make you feel stagnant and feel lost in the sauce of like, wow, I'm doing this, is not making sense. No, it's going to make sense, and I guarantee you, you're going to love every bit of it. Because we all went through these hurdles of, you know, feeling stuck and feeling lost and feeling unhappy. And that's why it's important for us to really pay attention to our mental well-being and catch ourselves before anyone try to catch it for us, and then they try to dictate us to put all these scenarios out there and things like that. So it's very important that you guys love on yourself before you can love on others, and take care of your well-being ASAP. Especially in this professional world, it's very important that you're personally there. So it's time for you to put yourself on the forefront to balance this business life that you have, or whatever doing on in your personal life, your professional life, that your mental health is there, because wellness is not an option. It's required. And what is the benefit? Like, what is the whole benefit of balancing business and mental health while understanding that wellness isn't an option? Well, when you prioritize wellness, you avoid burnout, and perform at the highest potential. A clear mind, strong boundaries, and self-care routines lead to better decisions, stronger relationships, and substantial growth both in life and business. So going back to what I said, y'all, it's very important that you participate as well as excuse me, y'all. I think I'm losing my voice a little bit too. That's why I feel so soft and not so aggressive today too. But that's why it's very important that you avoid burnout at all costs. You have to prioritize yourself with wellness, because wellness is not an option within everything you do in this life. I don't care what it is. Everything you're balancing in your life, please prioritize wellness. Isn't an option, it's required. Like, we have to put in the work that we have to love on ourselves. There been times when you could have a nervous breakdown, and in order for you to prevent that nervous breakdown, prioritize that well-being. The best way to prevent things like that to happen is being healthy. Health is wealth. Start now. If you haven't started a routine of self-care, like when you wake up in the morning, say an affirmation, play your favorite song, play playlists, make playlists, talk to your favorite person, talk to whoever you believe in, whatever the case may be. Those right there are steps to help you within your well-being, to prevent you from burnout. Burnout is something that could creep on you so hard. It can creep on you so easily, and it can beat you up so hard to the point where it's like you want to give up. And that's one thing you want to do. As a hustler, you don't want to be in that breakout bracket. You want to defeat breakout so much that you be like, I don't know what that is. And I love the fact that a lot of women and men that I've come across that are doing things that in the business world, like whatever they're doing career-wise, they make fun of it. They make fun out of it. They make the fun out of it. Like, this is serious business that we do, but you also want to make some fun out of it while you're doing it. Because, you don't want to keep it, like, people be like, oh, it's so boring. No, you got to make the fun out of it. Sometimes we have to make fun of everything. We have to make the fun out of things we do. Like, whatever population we're serving and things of that nature, we have to make it entertaining, interesting, and enjoyable for our sake, as well as for the people that we're serving. Or even if we're working from home or working by ourselves and one-man army on song, CEOs, boss, whatever, we even have to make things entertainment. Sometimes we gotta entertain ourselves, get people to help us entertain. Like, we gotta keep going, and you have to live life on the edge as well. But also, while you're doing that, please prioritize things that is meant for you. You like to journal, do it. You like to ride bikes, go for a walk, things like that. Laugh, smile. It's not gonna hurt you, because I guarantee you, just being so bitter and holding them grudges and stuff, it's gonna be overwhelmed. Especially within this business, it benefits everyone that is trying to do something in life. And the best thing for you to do is to, number one, do not let that burnout defeat you. You want to beat that burnout so bad that you be like, you not coming back over here. Because when you prioritize your wellness, you avoid that burnout, and it helps with your performance so much on the high potential. Like, you have a clear mind. Like, your mind is just open to new ideas. You're learning as you go, because you learn every day. I tell y'all all the time, you don't have to learn within a classroom with a teacher or professor. Baby, sometimes you could be the teacher or professor to somebody and you don't even know. You don't have to be in a classroom. You can learn from online. You can learn from anywhere, reading books and everything. You don't know who can you teach, and you don't know who can teach you. That's why it's very important within anything that we do within this business world. We have to make sure we come in with a clear conscience and a clear mind that is going to let us sink in so much information that we need to, because your brain is like a sponge and it holds up so much information. You be like, oh my gosh, like, how can I remember this, and how is this going to help me, and you don't know how much of that knowledge you could pour onto someone else. That's why it's very important that anything we do in life, please let that burnout do not come near you, and don't let it be something that's going to be a battle. Because once you avoid that burnout, like I said, your performance is at a high potential. Being able to have a clear mind is something that is needed. When we wake up, we want to feel good. We want good vibes. We want amazing vibes, as well as strong boundaries. Setting those boundaries for ourselves, knowing what we can take, what we cannot take, what's for us, what's not for us. Boundaries is essential, it's crucial. Standing 10 toes down, keeping it P, and all these sayings that we say, these lingos, is very essential, as well as a consistent self-care plan or routine that will help us to lead into better decisions. Like if you feel yourself, Ray, had that urge of, I get it, sometimes we about to cuss. I want you to be like, deep breaths, 1 2 3 4 5, or 5 4 3 2 1, whatever, to calm yourself down, because it's very essential too and crucial that we think before we speak. Sometimes I know it happens to the best of us, we want to get it out there and everything in the open, but you want to make sure that this is making sense before somebody be like, what the heck is she or he, excuse me, talking about? Like, what are you saying? So it's very essential too to consider having a self-care plan, having a self-care routine or plan that is going to fulfill you in so many ways. Loving on you is not selfish at all. We all need to love on ourselves, because sometimes we are our own best friend. We have best friends, but sometimes you need a break from them, your family and stuff, just to regroup. So when you're around them, you don't want them to think, oh, he or she acting funny, something ain't right. No. So the best way to do that is to prevent that burnout. So when you come in to do whatever, you perform it at a high potential. You doing things with a clear conscience, a clear mind. You got them strong boundaries. You telling them what you can and cannot do. You put in the work of what you can and cannot do. Sometimes we got to ask questions to make sure we give them what we can give. And also answer some open-ended questions as well as making sure that we can have a consistent and concise self-care plan or routine. As needed, is crucial in this life that we live. Please prioritize your self-care. If no one's going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. Self-care is crucial. It's not an option. It is needed in everything that we do. It may not look that way, but it is. It's so bad within the code of ethics. They put in there self-care is very important, because if you're serving a population of people, no matter who it is, you need to make sure that you're able to give your all, and self-care is very important. Self-care days are required. Wellness days, all that. Take it. You have it, take it. You feel like you can't do it right now, take it. And if you don't, well, you better create it now, like right now. To prevent those burnouts, do what's for you, my friend, because the more and more you love onto you, put all the love and energy onto yourself, your performance speaks for itself. You see new things in yourself that, wow, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this was me. Just being able to have these consistent self-care routines, having these strong boundaries, a clear mind, will lead to better decisions. Even having you to be able to build strong relationships with people that you may or may not know that you needed to build relationships with. And also sustaining growth in both your professional and personal life. It's very crucial that we do have strong relationships and be around people that wants to see us grow, and vice versa. Being around people that are giving us the good vibes. Being around people that is willing to help us, and vice versa. You know, I'm real big on vice versa, because you don't want to be selfish. You don't want to be selfish when someone's giving you their time, as well as when you're helping them, and it's pure, genuine. Those relationships are needed, and it's crucial, as well as it helps us within our wellness and well-being, because not only are we building relationships and it comes into a stronger relationship, we're learning as we go. I'm learning from you, you learning from me. Like, we're learning. Learning doesn't stop at all. People think, oh, once you out of school, that's it. No, learning is every day, even on a job, in a career, in a business, as a self-owner, whatever the case may be. You even learning from your own self, what you can do, what you cannot do. Like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Oh, you'd be surprised. And it's very crucial that you see the growth, the substantial growth within your personal and professional life, because that's stuff that we grasp within our personal life will help us in our professional life. Like our biases, knowing how to handle them, know how to, as my mother say, hold and fold them. That helps us too within the professional life. Knowing what to say and what not to say. Knowing how to do things, knowing not how to do things. Just how to come and how not to come. Come polished and not raggedy, and things of that nature. It's very important that we be essential and crucial to what we do, because balancing business and mental health wellness isn't an option. It's crucial, it's needed, it's essential, and it needs to be stepped in stone, and people need to know, hey, it's important I put myself out there, my wellness is there, I'm here, because if not, you're going to get a side of me that you're not going to like, and I'm not going to like either. So please, my friends, please prioritize in loving on you and doing for you. When should you focus on your wellness? Right off the bat, it's every day. Every single day, every single time, every minute on the hour, all that. Please prioritize in yourself. Love on you. Participate in activities that you've been, procrastinating on, put on the back burner. Do it now. You should focus on your wellness every single day, every hour on the hour, every second, every minute, every single time. Not just when you feel overwhelmed. Wellness is proactive. Building healthy habits before the stress hits is what keeps you resilient during tough times. Because, when it gets to tough times, that's when you're like, oh my gosh, I need a game plan. No, you need to think of this game plan before it explodes. Before this volcano erupt, you need to make sure that you know what you could do so it don't erupt. You need to make sure that you know what's for you and what's not for you. Every single day, you need to practice some type of self-care within your wellness, because it impacts your performance within your personal and your professional lifestyle, as well as who you are. That's why it's important. It's very crucial for us to take that risk on doing for our wellness. Wellness isn't an option. It's central, is crucial, and is required. Everything we do, we have to make sure that we're here. Yeah, like physically I'm here, I'm present, but mentally if I'm not, it's like my A game is off. I'm off track. My hustling meter, scale, whatever, is not there. Physically, yeah, it's there, but mentally it's like, we dying. We're going a little dead. I need to recharge. That's why it's important that every day you find something that's going to help you in your life to make sure that you're stable, that you're ready to take on a day. No matter how big or small anything goes on in your life or what you're doing in life, you have to make sure that you're prioritizing wellness. Wellness is not an option. I'm going to keep on saying it's not an option. It's required. Like every single day. Not just when we feel overwhelmed. Like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. What am I going to do? No. Even when you're not overwhelmed, you still need to have a plan. Like even when I'm happy, in order for me to keep this happiness, I got to continue pouring into myself. Planting the seed that's in me. Keep watering and nurturing on me. Giving me sunlight. Giving me shade that is needed. Like just protecting me at all costs. Because no one else is going to do it better than me. No one is going to control and take care of me better than me if I don't do it for me. It's crucial, it's essential that you please love on yourself. Because wellness is proactive. It is. Like you have to build these healthy habits before the stress, the burnout hits. And what keeps you resilient during tough times is when you know what's for you and what's not for you. When you keep that balance and you give yourself that nurturance, that water, that shade and sunlight that's needed for the plant in you to keep growing. Because if not, that plant is going to die. And then it's going to be hard for you to even want to plant a new seed, to even continue a new chapter, enter a new chapter. It's going to be so hard. That's why right now, please prioritize yourself and your wellness. All the things you want to do or you put on the back burner, put it in work today. It's never too late, but I don't want it to be too late for you to prioritize your wellness. Don't wait till something goes dramatic for you to be like, oh my gosh, I need a plan. I need help. Get a therapist, get a counselor, get a social worker, get someone to help you, get a mentor, get a coach, get all of it. You have me. I'm open to emails, DMs. I'm here. That's why I do what I do. Because I say all the time, if I cannot help a whole bunch of people, as long as I can help someone. Because I understand times get hard, life be life, and we need someone to help us, motivate us. We need to put our boots on and keep marching. But in order for us to keep marching with our boots on, we got to make sure that we are able to fulfill these boots. We able to get out in this field, in the trenches, to hustle with this hustler's ambition of happiness, of giving the soul survivor type of vibe. If we don't have that, we can't put ourselves on the front line on the field. We gotta, stay out of the game, coach, right now, because I can't put myself out there if I'm not physically and mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and all that prepared. Take the time that's needed for you to love on yourself and protect yourself at all costs, because no one is going to do it for you. And please listen to the tips that's given. Listen to people that are really going to help you and give you these tips. They're going to give you the feedback, and then once you take it and grasp it in, See what's for you or what's not. You're going to see what can you learn from yourself from it. Like I said, we're learning every day. You're learning from yourself. We're learning from others. That's why it's important that you should focus on your well-being every single day. Take control of your well-being, my friend. Love on you. Plant that seed in your body, your heart, your soul. Give it the nutrients it needs. Water, sunlight, the shade, all that. Protect it at all costs, as well as protecting yourself at putting yourself on the forefront of what you can do, what you cannot do, as well as taking the risk on doing things as a hustler, but in the right way. Waking up feeling excited. Put your favorite tune on. Treat yourself to a nice breakfast drink or matcha, whatever. Whatever you need to do to stay focused, to keep going and marching, do it before it's too late. Don't wait until you get that moment of, I can't take it no more, and now I gotta come up with a plan. No, have a plan right now. Even when you're happy, you're down, you're blue, you whatever, have it, because it's needed, it's essential, and it's crucial. Where does balance show up? It shows up every day in our life, and we sometimes don't even know it. It shows up in how you handle stress, your productiveness, and how you show up for others. It's in the boundaries you set with your time, your work, and your personal energy. Balance is key and it's crucial. We have to be able to balance things and take on things that we can and cannot take. As well as with stress. Balance shows how we handle stress. If we cannot handle these things within the balance, it goes to show like, wait a minute, I gotta step back. I gotta recharge. I gotta plant this seed, or I must have forgot to give it some water, give it sunlight or shade. I gotta come back to make sure my hustling ambition, all this stuff is prepared. Because if not, it's gonna show how I handle my stress. If I don't get it down packed, I'm gonna blow up like a hot air balloon or a balloon that just pop. I don't want that. You don't want that. It shows up within the balance. It shows up of how we handle things, and this is where wellness comes into play. If you don't have a wellness routine when it comes to stress, you're gonna blow up. But if you do, you're gonna meditate, you're gonna journal, you're gonna jog, have a mirror conversation. Whatever you need to do to balance your stress, do it, because that shows on how can you show up for yourself within the balance. You're proactive. With you doing things that's proactive for you and what you can handle, what you cannot handle, and things like that. That goes to show how you can balance things in your life when it comes to balancing business and your mental health. Because like we say, wellness isn't an option. It's crucial and is required. And how you show up for others. First and foremost, we have to show up for ourselves to even balance to show up for others. Within anything that we do, within any population we serve, we have to make sure that we are able to balance our biases, our well-being before we can give to the community that we serve. That's why it's very important, like I said too, we have to be able to show up for ourselves. So when it's time to show up for others, we're here with it, and they understand it and they feel the pure genuine, and the body language displays it too. If not, they're going to be in some tales and tell you some things about yourself that you didn't want to hear. And at times, it hurts regardless. But at times, it give you a wake-up call like, dang, I need to get myself together. I need to lock in because, like, I'm slipping on my pimping. And I don't want nobody to see that. Because it's important that you fill up your cup before anyone tries to fill it up for you or try to spill anything out of the cup. That's why it's very important that within everything we balance it within our personal, our personal and mental life, we have to be able to balance it in so many ways, because our wellness isn't an option. It's crucial, it's essential, it's important, because it also shows up within how we handle stress, how we be proactive, and how we show up for others. If we're not there, we cannot show up for others. If we're not proactive, what can we do? We can't balance it. And if we stressed out, it's like, hey, look, I can't do this. We have to be able to make sure that we're all able to hit those ground points before someone try to tell us about ourselves. No. Because in the boundaries that we set within our time and our work and our personal energy, it shows up how we balance. Like, boundaries is very important. Saying no is okay. And don't give an explanation. That's it. That's a closed-ended question. No. I didn't give you an open question like, yes, no. Can you give me some more information? No. That's a closed question. No. No. Within your work, what can you take, what you cannot take? Don't pile yourself up with so much work. It's 24 hours in a day. We can't get everything done in a day. It can't. It just cannot happen. It don't matter how hard we hustle and everything. It's not going to happen. Sometimes you got to come back and finish things. Trust me, it happens. And your personal energy is something that needs to be recharged every chance it gets. When you wake up, take a nap, whatever you do, it's important that you give yourself and nurture that seed in you. Because it's important. If you don't do that, you're screwed. And that's why it's important that you understand the wellness isn't an option. It's crucial and it's important. And it's required for you to do at all times. It's required that you make sure that you're here to serve what you serve, whatever, so the people around you can feel seen and heard, especially if you're out there serving for the people within any industry in the world. And lastly, why is it important? This soaks up everything. Because mental health is an option. It's essential. Hello? Because mental health isn't optional. It's essential. You can't pour from an empty cup. And true success is built on a foundation of peace, clarity, and purpose. Ooh. Like I said, going back to that cup, you're able to pour what's in your cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup if you don't have that true success built within you, within the foundation of peace, clarity, and purpose. You have to make sure that you're pouring into yourself at all times. You have to make sure that you're pouring into your cup, putting all the energy that's needed in your cup, putting the energy that's needed for you, putting all the energy, the peace, the clarity, the boundaries that's needed for you, because mental health is essential. It's not an option. We all go through it. I feel like the pandemic woke up everyone's eyes when it came to dealing with mental health. Being in the house or wherever you are, where you are for that long, it makes you think and wonder, like, do I want to do this again? And how can I deal with my mental health and prioritize myself within these expectations and things like that? Because my mental health matters. Your mental health matters. Pouring into yourself is matter. Pouring into your cup with vibes and energy that matters. Do not pour into your cup if you can't, drink it and dish what's coming in it. As well as you cannot pour from an empty cup if you don't have true success within building on a foundation of peace, clarity, and purpose. Peace is a big thing. We all deserve peace in our life. We could do so much in life, but you still have to make sure that peace is the #1 priority. Clarity, being clear on what you're saying, what you do, and don't have to keep saying it times two. As well as knowing your purpose, knowing what you serve and why you serve this way, knowing why you wake up every day for a purpose, knowing why you do this for a purpose, knowing why you serve whatever. It's important that you have those three, the peace, clarity, and purpose in life, as well as understanding that your mental health isn't optional. Knowing that your mental health isn't an option is crucial, is essential. We all need to prioritize our mental health and start right now. If you know someone or you're going through this, please listen carefully. Mental health is real. Going through these journeys and obstacles and hiccups are real. There's people that have gone through these experiences and are dealing with it every day. And that's why it's important for you guys to pour into your cup. Take the mental, emotional, spiritual wellness days, whatever. Go out and do things, mingle with people, but also love on yourself, because no one's going to love you more than you love you. You have to do for you, my friend. I know sometimes we are the ones that want to take on everything, but we can't be Superwoman and Superman if we don't protect ourselves at all costs. We have to love on ourselves and protect ourselves before anyone can do it for us. Please prioritize the importance of loving on yourself and taking care of yourself. Pour energy that's needed. To be a hustler in this game, you got to make sure that you prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that's why it's important that we need to surround ourselves with people that are even willing and eager and as hungry as we are. Slow and steady in the race. Your time is coming. Them bad times don't last forever. Because after all those bad times, after all them storms, you're going to get that rainbow. Them double rainbows, them triples, quadruple, all that, my friend, is coming. Manifestation is real. Prayers, all that. Put that work in. Add them blueprints, or, do what you have to do. It's coming. And you got this. And the quote of the day I leave you with is taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. By L.R. Knox. He said, taking care of yourself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. So please take into that. Remember, your wellness is not a luxury. It's necessary. Showing up for yourself first, and you will be unstoppable in every area of your life and business. I'm going to say it again. Remember, your well-being is not a luxury. It's necessary. Show up for yourself first, and you will be unstoppable in every area of life. Okay? I hope you guys have enjoyed today's Wellness 101 lesson. I hope you guys gained a lot of information from this. Hope you guys have unpacked on why it's important for you to love on yourself. Knowing that mental health and wellness is not an option, is crucial, is essential, is needed in our life. Hope you guys also learned that without pouring into your own cup, it's nothing you can do. You cannot serve anyone, or you cannot serve yourself if you do not pour into your cup and give yourself that ambition that's needed. In order for you to be a good hustler out here and a good role model and everything, you gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of others. It's okay to have them days where you need to mentally debrief and, step away and come back and feel 10 times better in your performance show within your personal and professional lifestyle. Okay? As always, I hope you guys enjoy. Please be safe out here. Please enjoy the rest of the week. I cannot wait for you guys to hear our last Vibing Out with Guests session for the month of August. I'm here if you need me. Please reflect on Vibing Out with Guests sessions as well, for mental health, for anything. And please don't be afraid to reach out to the guests or me, because we're here to help you, and that's the whole purpose of Vibing with E and Vibing Out with Guests. As always, please be safe, love on yourself, respect others, respect yourself, give to yourself, love on yourself, and always prioritize what is meant for you, because mental health is not an option, it's essential. Okay? And you guys will hear from me Friday and next Wednesday for the first week of September. So the first Wednesday of September. Okay? I love you all so much. Please be safe and enjoy the school year and the beginnings of your life and all those things. Until next time. Bye.